feel like we got a strong case for identity theft here. You got my license plates on camera. Just kidding. My name is Gabriel. I drive a 1950 Chevy Deluxe. Car came up through my family. We have a body shop down in Santa Maria, California. And basically we started working on this car for a customer in 2015. And throughout time, we had the privilege of doing more projects and cars for this guy. We ended up cutting a deal with the guy for some trade work. It ended up in the family. We gave it our own touch, started rebuilding it again for a third time actually. And then I was able to get my hands involved on this car about 6 to 7 months ago. So the lowrider culture is a very unique thing that a lot of people don't actually know. It started off in Southern California, in the San Diego and the LA area. There's a place down there known as Chicano Park. And basically, the way lowriding started, believe it or not, was with the old bombs, the 1930s, 40s, and early 50s cars, because when the soldiers were returning from the wars, they were these mechanics, and they're the ones who decided, you know what, we're gonna take this car, we're gonna lower it, we're gonna start adding our own things. And so what came with that was they also wanted to represent the fact that they were coming from a war, and they wanted to, the bombs represented the bombs of the war. And so when they rolled in, the first lowriders would pack up and line up together, they would use bomb raid sirens to let people know that the lowriders, the bombs are coming. So believe it or not, it started off from the time of war, and the Chicanos that were in this, that were soldiers, when they came home from serving their time, serving our country, basically they took their skills that they knew and they started imprinting it into these cars, and that's how it started. And it slowly just kind of spread throughout within the Chicano, the Hispanic culture first, and then it just, everybody fell in love with it. Today, it's no longer known as a Chicano thing or just a Mexican thing. You go to the lowrider shows and there's everybody of all walks of life within it. So not to mention that it's international. So the Japan lowrider culture is huge. A lot of people see a lot of top-notch cars that are just amazing. So it's an international movement. You know, sometimes I wish I just had a GoPro on our car so that people could see the expressions when we're driving and the joy it brings to people. I've literally seen people walking down the street, and you can tell they're visibly upset, something's going on. They're just, you know, the look on their face or whatever, sad or whatever, kind of happen to just kind of look up, and you just see their face glow and light up. And those are the moments. Those are really the moments where you're like, you know, that's cool. I'm glad I can give something back to you today, you know. It's those moments. Find a mentor. Find somebody you trust, find somebody you believe that is gonna lead you in all the right directions. Somebody who you see is already involved with something you could relate to and wanna be a part of, whatever kind of car that is. And start hanging around that person. Even when they don't ask you to be there, show up, offer a hand, be a genuine steward to your position, and bigger things will grow from that. Just get a car. Yep. Even if it's not your first choice preference for the long run, get a car to start working on, make this your project and your passion, and it will grow from there. Somebody's gonna adore and love what you're doing with that car, and before you know it, you're gonna get offers on that car that you're building. Because it may not be your dream car, but the next guy in line, that may be just the perfect car that guy's dreamed about his whole life. It's not even just that. It's the experience and the passion behind when you're working on a car. You're gonna start recognizing different body styles as potential and having a vision for something other people don't have a vision for. And that vision will turn into so much more than you'll ever dreamed of.